4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody. Coming up, we have Quentin with a fishing game for the Famicom, which I'm not going to try and pronounce because I will butcher it. But welcome in, and who do we have here for commentary? I'll give it to you guys. Take it away.
Alright, so this is going to be Kawa no Nushi Tsuri 2 for the Super Famicom. My name is Running a Week, or Quentin5L, and on commentary is Rodos 13.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yep. And we are gonna start the run. The run is gonna start as soon as I confirm the name. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so at the start of the run, we are going to do a hard reset. This will allow us to skip the opening cutscene. I believe, I haven't played this game myself, but I watched my wife go through it. I believe what happened is your best friend came over, said that, hey, there's this brand new fish out there, I want to go catch him. And us being the great pals that we are, we decided we're going to go catch the fish first. So what we just did, we just called a Yamame, and in this game, it takes a while to set up the save once you actually start. There's a special fish of the day that sells for an exorbitant amount of money. So this current setup has the Yamame selling for 100 yen. So we sold it, and that will give us enough money to buy everything that we need in the game. So right now we're on our way to the second area, which I believe we still have to catch the 3-spine stickleback to get the basin, which will allow us to float down the river without, it'll allow us to fish in the river. So, did you just buy the magnifying glass?
Yeah, only the magnifying glass.
Okay, Run in a week here completely came in, changed up all the routing in this game. So when I last saw the game, it's completely different. So he completely demolished everything we knew about it. So we bought a magnifying glass, and that'll allow us to fish up certain items. And we got a one and done stickleback.
Yeah,
and this fish is.
It generally spawns in the lower section of this area. I actually, unfortunately, hit it, so it fled to like a higher area, so I had to readjust my fishing position.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This guy here wanted a 3-spine stickleback for some sort of calligraphy. I forget what the exact calligraphy is, like fish print.
Yeah, I have no idea what the lore is, so...
Yeah, I translated the game. I don't have my notes up with me. So now we need to find a cherry salmon. Now the cherry salmon, if it's in this, my previous position, we're going to go all the way as far west as we can go, and then we're going to fish up on the northern stream. So I'm not sure if Ron found a new place to fish this guy up at, but I think that's where we're going.
Nah, I haven't actually looked for a secondary location yet.
Okay. Well, you said you had a fishing guide. I didn't know if the fishing guide gave you any new information.
The guide only said that the fishing location for this guy is deceptive because the game you're able to check fish information once you've caught a fish. And it tells you where you found it, right? And it posts the location of the fish incorrectly on the map. So, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, this game series evolves every day. So now we got our cherry salmon, and we need this particular fish because we have a grizzly bear blocking an entrance to a cave, and his favorite food is cherry salmon. So we need to get the fish so the bear can smell it, and he'll get up and move, and then he'll go back into hibernation. He doesn't take the fish from us because we can still eat it later on, but we need this to go into Zone 3.
Yeah, this fish can get away from you really easily. It just like barely stays on the line.
And this run in a week found a completely new route through this because we used to use a fly rod for this fish, and we're just using a normal rod in the game. So getting through the game and how you catch fish is completely different with Run's new route that he put together.
Yeah, I just hated the fly rod so much that I just wanted an alternative.
Ingenious. Like I said, I've never played this by myself, but when I was doing it with my wife, we never considered trying to use one of the other ones, and it took my wife like 2 hours to catch her first fish here using that fly rod.
Same.
So she felt your pain. It wasn't as bad for me because I played Nushi Tsuri 5 beforehand, and you have to use the fly rod in that one to catch the king in the second area. So I was used to the mechanics of everything. So when I was trying to teach her how to do it, I had a heads up. So right now, we are trying to clear out all of our item space. Once we get in the cave, the magnifying glass that we bought will allow us to look for mushrooms and or that legendary bait. I forget what it's called. Do you remember?
I don't know the English name, but it's probably like a large earthworm or something.
Yeah, and I was thinking it was an earthworm myself, but I wasn't sure. So we're going to go in here, we're going to try to fill our stock up with mushrooms. So mushrooms are very useful and are very vital to this run. There are two mushrooms we can get. There's a red mushroom and a brown mushroom. The brown mushrooms will heal us. The red mushrooms will kill us. But not only will the mushrooms kill us, if we get an encounter, which we're going to see several in this next screen, we can give them to the animals that attack us, and then we can kill them. And that'll allow us to get through the game and not worry about randomly getting hit by a grizzly bear for 120 damage when you only have like 10.
So I'm kind of going overboard on the mushroom collecting at the moment. It's just like to make sure that I have enough to be able to make through this area safely.
Marathon safe strats.
Come on, one more. Whatever.
Now, in this game, you can manipulate the encounters per zone so you know exactly when you get an encounter. Like, we should see one right at the beginning of this bridge area. I don't think we will see one until we get across the bank. I'm not sure if skipping everything changed this. Okay, so as soon as we get out on the next side of this river, we should get a raven encounter, or crow, or whatever he is. And in this game, if you missed yesterday's run, you can choose to attack the enemies, or you can choose to run away from the enemies. If you choose to attack them, which we will not be doing in this run at all, you would see a little icon pop up on the screen, and you have to have the icon over the enemy to be able to deal any damage to it, and your damage is reliant on the amount of HP that you currently have. And each enemy has a critical spot that you can deal massive damage to, like that crow that we saw. His weak spot is his feet. The monkey is his face. Because in other games you'll be fighting these games, fighting the guys. So, Run in the Week just went into that house. He grabbed a empty milk jug. There's a guy out there that is just finishing building a canoe. The guy is completely famished. He wants his favorite drink. He said that if we can get him some milk, he will give us a canoe. We need the canoe to be able to get up a waterfall, a rapid. we needed to go upstream, and we can't do that in our basin. So we're gonna come down here. We're gonna get some milk. We're gonna drink it. We're gonna heal ourselves, and then we're gonna fill it up again, and then we will continue on to the final area in this game. But for some reason, drinking unpasteurized milk doesn't affect Father at all. So, little plug for the Nushi Tsuri River King community. There are currently 16 games in this series. We have 12 of the 16 routed out. 4 are available in English, and we have guides for most of the game, and some of them are out of date. Nostro here, that just posted in chat, he's a super mod of the series, and he shared the Discord and the series page on SRC. So if you are interested in trying out any of these fishy games, feel free to join us. The games run from like 5 minutes, and I think our longest run is under 3 hours so far. No, A Wonderful Journey is a little over 3 hours. So, but that's an RNG heavy game that could push it under, but you need a lot of luck. So we just got our canoe, and we're gonna come up here. We're gonna use it. We need to go up past the first alcove, and then we're going to go into the second one, and then we're going to enter a cave and hopefully don't get a bear attack, because this is one of the few spawn areas that you can get a bear.
Generally, the bear doesn't spawn unless you go like too far right, so it's not really an issue.
We've hit it before. I don't know when we hit it, but all I know is it quick attacked us. We got a surprise attack and murdered us instantly. Important note, in each town there are Buddha statues that you can make an offering to it to save your game. If you make an offering and you die, you go back to that Buddha statue. So each zone has a statue that you can have a reset point to, and which we have not been doing. So once we catch the giant catfish, we are going to eat a red mushroom, and that's going to take us right back to our hometown, and then we'll enter the house, and that will be time. So the giant catfish that we are looking for is the big shadowed fishes here. I believe only one of them is the one that we're looking for, because we're looking for a specific catfish, because there's 2 here. There's like a brownish one and a reddish one. And I believe we want the reddish one. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's this guy down here, but he's kind of avoiding me right now.
Definitely let me know when I have a moment to interject.
Yeah.
Now's a good time.
Yeah, now's a good time.
Well, perfect, because we just hit our 1500 milestone, meaning we're going to get Tony Hawk Underground 2 as a Speed Dock World Record History video. So thank you everybody for that. This comes from people such as Dayman, $10 reminder to keep on fishing. Quill, giving his $54 for his 9 misses. Good luck runs, glad to see your run right after his. And
right.
Let's see that bonus run for Nushi Tsuri 64. And then Rodos here with a big ol' $100. Good luck running week. Let's get a little more Nushi Tsuri in.
Jeez.
And that puts us. Actually, we are done with the target. We well went over the target. So we're going to get that 64 run in.
Nice.
All right, and now we got the giant catfish that we are looking for, and this catfish it puts up a big fight. In some of the other series, hooking the River King can be a pain. In this one particular, it is a pain to catch him. I've seen before Run came along and destroyed everything. The Japanese run that I watched to base our run off of spent over 5 minutes just trying to catch this guy.
Yeah, it can be quite a pain. Like, sometimes it can take like 5 to 7 minutes just to catch this guy.
And he has a very, very short threshold for just snapping your line and going off, and then we have to start the entire process over again.
Oh no.
And I don't know if we'll see it, but the further left that he swims, the darker the screen gets. And if it gets too far over, it'll completely just break your line and just swim away.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen because I don't quite know how to reset it.
It resets itself automatically. You don't have to do anything special. You just have to. I think he spawns a little to the north and west after this. My wife lost him a lot of times.
Okay.
One thing I forgot to point out is this game's best feature, in my opinion, is its underwater fishing sequences. I wanted to point it out before, but in each area that you fish in, the foliage and what you see at the bottom, it changes depending on where you're at. And some of those, the foreground and background images and everything, is just beautiful. So it's one of the features that just like watching this game, I just absolutely love the amount of detail that they put in. So if we would catch him more like in a mossy area, the entire area would look different.
Come on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna quiet down a little bit through this section. We'll listen for some sound cues and stuff, and I'll let Ron focus and listen in.
Getting close. Yeah, this fight is just like unnecessarily intense. Like, it's very hard to land this guy.
The only other fish that puts up a fight like this is in Nushi Tsuri 5. So if you played the Game Boy Advance one, you expect a similar fight.
So I don't know if you've seen the brother run for this game, but the red eye fish, that one can be quite the pain as well. If it actually might be harder than this fish because like you need specific bait and you need a specific rod and like you need all this specific stuff, and then like he's impossible to catch on top of that.
Oof.
Yeah.
I've seen you play through all the characters. I can't put my finger on the fish itself, but I know how brutal some of these games can be.
All right, here we go.
There you go. It's GG.
And time is actually going to be coming up as soon as I enter the house. So that's time.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that last one put on more of a fight than I expected.
Oh yeah, some of the fish in this game are brutal.
Because I lost. Ron was talking about running the original Nushi Tsuri, and I was telling him that even using maxed out stats with the best stuff in the game, and just running to the end, I've done 15 attempts and I failed 60 different tries at catching the River King in that game. So this game can be very, very brutal.
Now, what kind of differences, I guess, do we see going into the 64 run?
So the 64 run, there's basically no RNG. This game has small amounts of RNG. The 64 one, there's a lot more audio cues when trying to land the fish. So, like, I would have to have, like, quiet time for trying to catch a fish because, like, even if I miss, like, one attempt of, like, reeling it in, it can just get away from you. Luckily, in those games, you can just, like, endlessly try to catch a fish. So you don't really have to, like, reset the area or anything.
And in my opinion, the best part about the Nintendo 64 ones, there's two in 64, is if you hook the wrong fish, you see all the fish around you, so it'll tell you where you need to fish next. So you can scope out the fish underwater just by playing around. So I love that feature.
Yeah, it seems kind of nice.
And surprisingly, it's the only game on the Nintendo 64. It's the only one in the series that has that feature in it. So even the one on the PS2, even though it's more powerful, removed that feature for some particular reason.
So I heard that the Nintendo 64 one was met, right?
It was.
Yes.
All right. Do you want me to get that set up, or?
Yeah, I think I might head over to a little intermission while you set that up.
All right.